Hello, my name is Simon and I am 7 and I am obsessed with science.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Jacqueline. I'm Simon's mom. I'm here too, but I'm going to stay off to the side because this is all Simon's big idea. So before we get started, I would like to say a huge thank you to everybody who had lots of patience in trying to figure this out, everyone who was helping us with their tech ideas and all the troubles that we had trying to get this going. Thank you for helping us out with that. I would also like to say a huge thank you to Society for Manitobans with Disabilities, as well as the Manitoba School for the Deaf, because our next session will be a repeat session on Instagram at 11:30 Central, and they will be interpreting with ASL. All right, so Simon, what have you got going on today?
I got 3 different liquids and some objects to test density and buoyancy.
So can you tell everyone what is density?
Density is how dense something is, and buoyancy is if something floats on water or sinks.
So what does it mean if something is dense?
That it sinks under the water.
Or that it's maybe thick?
Yeah.
Okay, can you give some examples of things that are dense? What's that?
A rock.
Yeah, what else?
Yeah.
Do you know of any dense liquids?
Oh yeah.
Like what?
Liquid metal.
Ooh, good one. What about any liquids that would not be dense?
Water.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah.
What?
Lemon juice.
Oh, okay, yeah. You told me a funny one before.
Oh, and here's a funny one. Spit.
Yep, spit might not be dense. Okay, so you're also going to see if you can.
Suspend objects.
And what does that mean?
It means it sinks a little bit and doesn't sink all the way to the bottom.
Interesting. Yes, that is very interesting. Okay, so here is everything that Simon has on his tray, and he's going to arrange 3 cups. And in each cup, you are going to have a different type of liquid. Go ahead. What is that liquid? Dish soap. So maybe try filling it about up to here if you can.
Okay.
That's a lot of dish soap. Is it hard to squeeze?
Kind of, yes.
Okay, is that good?
Yeah.
So try to fill up the other cups with about the same amount of liquid. So here's the dish soap cup. Now what is that liquid?
Mazola.
Mazola is the type of
Oil.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that should be good. So we now have dish soap, we have oil, and what's the third type that you will test?
Water.
There. Pretty good. So I'm going to move the camera a little bit so that we can see all of those and still see you. Good one. So what is the first object that you are going to test for density?
I am going to test a Lego piece.
Okay, will you show everyone your Lego? Why did you choose that type of Lego?
Because it is small and we need new batteries. I want to test it.
All right. So let's try the water first. Do you think it will sink or float?
I think it will sink.
Oh, look at it.
As in suspend.
Oh, I think it is a little bit suspended.
Suspend.
Yeah, it might be because of the air. Okay, let's try and see what happens with another Lego piece. Now, Simon was very careful. He picked 3 Lego pieces that are the same size.
Spend again.
Ooh, what happened? I'm gonna have to get a close-up of these here.
It kind of looks like slime.
It kind of does look like slime. Okay, so here it is in the water. Oh, you can't really see it that well. I'm gonna come up here. Sorry guys if this is confusing. There's one in the water. Here's one in the dish soap. Let's try one. Let's try one in the oil.
Pink.
Whoa, look
Same.
at that.
Wait, Mom, it kind of looks like there's a clone of it.
How does it look like there's a clone?
Like, from my vision, it looked like one's up there and one's down there.
That kind of looks like it for me too.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And look, I see 2 Simons. One through the glass and one through the liquid oil.
Okay. Oil works very weird.
The world does work very weird, doesn't it?
I think it's the way the glass curves in such a way.
It could be. We might need to make that one of our episodes coming up. All about refraction and reflection. All right. So what object would you like to test next? And folks, all of our audience at home, if you want to make some guesses of whether something will sink or float, let us know as well.
And next we will be testing pennies.
Okay, so Simon, what do you predict? Sink or float in water?
I think it will sink.
Okay, let's test.
Look at this,
Were you correct?
Look at this.
Yes, good. Okay, next.
New.
Okay, good. Good, Ella. Okay, next. We have a penny going into dish soap. Ooh, what did it do? Oh, Ella, that's really helpful.
Look at this, look like gold.
Ella came over with a flashlight and it's working.
Look at this, look like gold.
Yeah, it does look like gold.
This one look like...
Oh, okay. So we have a special visitor who's watching named Casey.
This is silver.
And Casey thinks that the penny will sink in all 3. So far, Casey and Simon are both correct because it sunk in the dish soap and it sunk in the water. What about the oil?
I think it is going to sink.
Oh, yeah, straight to the bottom. Okay.
I think it's because it's metal and has no air pockets in it.
Yeah, makes sense, right? All right. Next object, what would you like to test next?
I'm testing leaves.
Let's see the leaves that you chose.
I think leaves are going to float because I've seen leaves float in puddles in the rain.
Yeah, that's a good connection to something you've experienced. Okay, leaves in water. Oh, it's hard to see in this glass. Sorry guys, but we're doing our best. Yes, it is floating. What about in dish soap?
Still, I think.
Oh, look at it.
It's leaning. It's kind of touching the Lego.
It is kind of touching the Lego.
Okay.
Okay, what about in the oil?
Kind of suspended.
Oh no, that's not suspended. I think that's floating.
No, it's still kind of under the water, but the water. Well, I mean the oil's not like fully making it sink.
Oh, okay. Cool. So we also have another friend, Jackson, who thinks that they will all float with the leaves. And Jackson, I think you're right. The leaves have all floated. Simon, why do you think that is?
Because they also have no air. Because the leaves that I chose are very light, and leaves usually float on many liquids.
Interesting. All right. Well, we've got a few more objects. What would you like to test next?
I would like to test wood.
Let's see your pieces of wood that you found.
Mommy, check this out.
So that's another important thing to note, that a lot of your objects are natural objects, and it's good to get outside to find some objects to test. Okay, what do you think will happen in the water?
Mine's gonna look like can go. Whoa, float.
Is it floating?
No, not really.
I think it landed on the leaf. Oh, there we go.
Suspended.
So, folks, I'm going to flip the camera around so I can show you this a little bit better. Okay, so here's Simon. Here is the, I almost landed in the water. Here's the stick floating in water. Okay, can you test it in the dish liquid? Oh, in the blue? Casey thinks these will all float. Oh, look at that one.
Mine's not going to float.
I think it will suspend, kind of.
On one end, it's kind of suspending, but most of it is floating, it looks like. Okay, what about in the oil?
Float.
Floating? Let's check it out from the side. Yeah, looks like it's floating. Oh, we have a special visitor here today. Simon, who's our special visitor?
It's our cat.
Yeah, he came to say hi. So let's put, his name is Storm. Let's put Storm down so we can continue on. Okay, next object.
Marker caps.
Marker caps. So we need to know from our audience who thinks the marker caps will sink or float. What do you think, Simon?
Float or suspend.
You think float or suspend?
Yeah.
How come you're whispering?
Check this out, guys.
All right.
Whoa.
All right, here we go. What about in the water? What did it do?
Why did you do like blue?
It's, well, suspend is if it's right in the middle. That's still kind of floating, I
Yeah.
think.
This one's
All right, Casey thinks that it will float in the water. I think you guys are both right there.
Yep.
What will happen in the dish detergent?
Oh, can I get it out?
You can use the next marker.
time to try red.
Oh, it just kind of stuck there, didn't it?
I think it's going to kind of suspend.
Think so? Maybe if we left it longer, it would sink down just a little bit. It looks like that's what's starting to happen on the other side. Look at that. You see it?
Yeah.
Jackson yelled float. All right, Jackson, let's see. Okay, now what about in the oil? You've got an orange cap for that one.
I think it's suspend kind of.
It kind of is suspending. Look at that. This one seems to be twisting and turning a little bit also.
Wow.
Mom.
All right. Here's a note for RJ. RJ, you wish your kids in the north could see and watch. I sure hope so. You feel free to pass on if anybody has Facebook or Instagram. And we can also find a way to record this so that you can watch it later in your classroom as well. That's the whole reason we're doing this, is to reach out to kids all over who are at home and to keep their minds curious. Okay, next object.
Wait a minute. Guys.
What is that?
Stone. Pebble.
Small stone?
Pebble. Pebble.
All right, let's see.
Sink.
What
Did it sink? Oh, right away. It went through everything else and it did sink.
Sink.
Okay, this one.
Sink.
Whoa, look at that go down. It went down.
It's going to take some water, but slower.
It did go slower. Why do you think it would go slow?
Because this soap is more dense than water.
Good observation. What about this one? Do you think it will go slow or fast?
Fast.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah, super fast. So what does that tell you?
It broke the leaf.
Yeah, it did. Look at it. Smashed right through that leaf and broke it.
I think the leaf was with Mom.
Yeah?
I think we might have changed an answer with the leaf on this one.
What do you think we changed the
Starting to
answer?
suspend.
The leaf is starting to suspend?
Yeah.
What? Ooh, look at that. Halfway in and halfway out. That's pretty cool. All right, looks like you have 2 objects left to try out. Well, the big giant rocks are what you wanted to try, but I don't think we'll use those just because they might break the glass. Okay, a bead?
Float.
Is it floating?
I I think it's suspending.
No, remember, suspending is when it's right in the middle.
Wait, I think it's going to sink.
Okay. Let's see. What about in the dish soap?
Oh, it's
Oh, I'll come around on this
kind
side.
of sinking.
Look at that. That's really interesting. We might have to look at it again in a minute. Hey, what are you doing? Okay, now let's try in the oil. Oh, it landed on the leaf. Yeah, you can wiggle it. Look. Yeah, we got one that sank.
From this angle, the Lego piece looks like it's just like it looks like it's curved. From this angle, it does.
The Lego piece looks curved?
Yeah,
Look at, I think on the camera it looks kind of weird too.
I know.
Sometimes that's called distortion.
And now for the last object,
What are those?
bits of blue straws.
Okay, in the water, what do you think? Sink or float?
I think it's going to.
Try not to hit it on other objects.
It's going to suspend. I mean, float.
Yeah, that's floating.
Float.
And now in the dish soap.
I think I may have got a little bit of purple on my finger.
Purple.
Yeah.
Look at that one. I don't know if it's floating or sinking. It's kind of hard to see.
I think it's more of a suspending.
Yep. Okay.
Stuck to my finger. Float. Good kitty cat.
Interesting. Oh, look it. It's changing.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
I see his float.
Very cool.
Cassie, I'm trying to go right now. Can you please be quiet for just a little bit?
Well, we have lots going on here today, and we also have Simon's amazing sister Ella here, who's doing some science too.
And I got a little joke for you for the ones that floated. Is buoyancy a boy or a girl?
Well, I don't know what.
It's a boy.
What?
Buoyancy.
Oh, that's a good one. Do you have any other science jokes that you know?
I don't think it's about this, but here's another joke.
Okay.
What's the scientist's favorite tree? Chemistry.
Good one, good one. All right, so that concludes the activity of buoyancy, density, and suspending objects. Does anyone have any questions for Simon or comments on this activity? And while we're waiting for any questions or comments, we do have a challenge for everybody. Simon, what is the challenge for everybody at home to do today? You forget? Do you want me to say it? The challenge is to try to find some objects around your house and some liquids to use and see if you can create any objects that will sink or float. And then we would like to see pictures of them. We'd like to see pictures of what you found around your house and what you used. So you have to ask your parents, of course, for the liquids and the objects. All right, so Casey says, oh, don't do that. That might break our cup. Casey says, thank you, Simon. They mostly all floated. Simon, are you listening to Casey? Or are you playing with the cat, who's our special guest today?
Look at this.
We also have a comment from Jacqueline who says that the lab coat is awesome. And a thank you so
If
much.
you haven't noticed, I got a little pin.
Yeah, what does that pin say? You can keep it on your coat.
Some stuff.
Yeah, what does it say? I love science. Guess where you got that pin?
I got it from a leprechaun.
And sponsored by the amazing Dr. Olwyn. Okay, so we are going to have a second session pretty soon on Instagram. You guys all have the link. And on Insta, it will be translated, interpreted to ASL. So if you want to watch us at 11:30 on Instagram, we will see you there in about 8 minutes. No, that doesn't mean you get 8 minutes of iPad.
Okay.
Simon the scientist. I think I might call you Simon the negotiator. Oh, and also our next session is going to be when, Simon?
8 minutes.
No. I mean after today. When would you like to do this again?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll do it at the same time tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Deal? Okay. Time to say bye.
Bye.